What's up, Sooner Nation, Surgeaholics? Welcome to the Sooner Surge. Thanks for being a part of us every night, being with us every night, chatting Sooner sports all around. Yes, the baseball team is still down 1-0. Jay, I don't know if you're keeping track on that, but I know the Surgeaholics are. Sooner softball team wins 1-0 today. It is not a previous recorded episode. This
Little
is
late.
live, baby.
It
We are
is
live again. And
Uh,
hey, Jay, I know you guys did a softball live. I wasn't on that. After the game, but I tell you what, I got chills right now, and I had chills when I heard it, Jay. The stuff that Gasso is saying, pregame, guys,
you mean
guys and
post-game?
gals, uh, everyone. I know we say we need to appreciate what Patty Gasso is to this team. It's unbelievable, guys. Her coaching is unbelievable.
Yeah, and what hit you with the commercial already? What's up with that? Hey, did you hear the post-game at all, Jeremy?
Only bits and pieces, Jay.
Very interesting, and you could kind of see the way Patty was talking. If you go back and watch the game again, Kelly Maxwell just kind of pitching free, as Patty said, just kind of like this was her moment. She pitched free. Patty showed a lot of emotion in that presser. Pretty much was a faith-based conversation this morning, kind of, I guess, before the game. But Kelly Maxwell showed out today what Kelly Maxwell is. And I would say it's best start of her career, I think, because of the importance of this game today. The magnitude was high, it was huge, atmosphere, everything, and she would perform that clutch, just unbelievable. Yeah, Monty, I saw the post game. It's just great. Every time I hear these ladies in a post game press conference in a pressure situation like the World Series, I don't want to use the word, but I'm kind of in awe. These are college students that are so well spoken, that are lead by example. I don't know. It's just been unbelievable to watch this team and these seniors over 4 years. And Kelly Maxwell over this year, to be honest, Jeremy, because 1 year and this is why she came to Oklahoma, and then to see her perform like that, unbelievable. Texas dominated Florida. Listen, Florida or Alabama, the winner of that game, I don't think they have a shot against Oklahoma. They can't
And
score enough
Jay,
runs.
Mark, I think, asked about Nicole May, what her mindset is. I think Nicole May goes Monday. I think she's the starter on Monday. I can't foresee it being Maxwell. I think they'll go Nicole May, try to get that win, and then get to the World Series. But, yeah, hit that freaking like. And
How are you,
I think it was Chester. I think it was Chester that talked about he's got Bowen covering Burden. But yeah, I think they're going to sit someone over the top of Burden in that game, but it's way too early probably to talk about that. But I think that it's going to be a kind of a shadow type of deal, because I don't think Missouri's loaded at the receiver tight end position.
Yeah, and Lori, I hope you're doing okay. Hope you've been good. Good to see you on here. Yeah, Texas kicked their backside, as Jen said. It was a dominating performance. They wasted no time. They jumped out early. And
OU guys, versus Mike White. I want it right now, OU versus Mike White. Can we have it?
There's only one team that could upset that to not make that happen, and that's UCLA. UCLA could – they would have to beat Texas twice, correct?
Correct.
So – I think that's
they're not going to do it with Cavan and Mac Morgan. They're not going to do it. Texas is in the championship. OU's there. It's going to be OU Texas, the one everyone wants against Mike White. I hope that place is so loud against Mike White.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, they left them loaded. You can't do that, but they did it.
Well, I know, but they've been so good in that situation in the World Series. Specifically, 2-out hits. Here's a big thing to talk about. Alina Torres, is she going to be available? I don't know, man. I don't know. With it being hit right on the head, then you worry about concussion. Do they go into protocol? How does that work? I don't know the extent of the injury. I don't know. They never really talked about it, so I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens there, because Hodge, yeah, I'm not sure. Bobby says Steve Steel Weasel official. Yep. I think it's cool. Listen to him talk. I heard some of his interviews and stuff. Seems like a real cool dude. Love Baker Mayfield. Yeah, softball's doing just fine, Lori. Doing great. No, Mike White is actually from New Zealand, Ron, not Australia, I believe.
Yeah.
Believe New
But
Zealand.
Jay, I was actually shocked. I know you weren't. I was shocked. I thought May was going to get the start today.
Yeah, I got one right. I actually picked Maxwell to start last night in the pregame video. I thought maybe Patty would give her a chance to get it right because you have to have Kelly Maxwell for the championship series pitching her best. And so it was like, when do you pitch her to help her get that confidence back and get her to be the best? Why not against a really good team of UCLA? And got done. Oh, by the way, strikeout Bland 3 times and their second best hitter twice. 5 strikeouts of the 7 times she
Bland
faced.
or Brady?
What did I say? Bland? I meant Brady. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Brady.
I meant Brady. My bad. Thanks for correcting me, though. Yeah, it's been a long day.
Did you just say thanks for correcting you?
Yeah.
Do you have fever or are you doing okay?
What do you mean?
You never want me to correct you. This is what's going on, Jay. Are you all right?
I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Yeah, Braden corrected me too. Look at that. Braden's all over it.
3 Ks, dude. That's impressive against Maya Brady.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. You didn't get to see the game, but she was dealing unbelievable today. Good for her.
Hey, so Chester brings up the OU Missouri game, Jay.
Oh, it's going to be on, isn't it?
That's a pivotal game, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we get to football, I want to touch on this.
I've got to touch on it a bit too, Jay.
Colin, I saw it. It was absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Couple of things. First, I'm just going to say all the talk about Caitlin Clark and all the stuff that she's been going through over the last 2 weeks, ridiculous. I don't know if anybody saw it on The View and them talking about her. It's been absolutely kind of ridiculous, all this stuff. First off. Second off, for somebody to do that and then the teammates over there cheering on the sideline, I thought that was real weak and real low class, in my opinion, to be doing that. And so I don't know. And she wouldn't take any questions afterwards about it. She didn't want to talk about Caitlin Clark. I don't know. It's ridiculous. All of it's ridiculous.
What's funny, Jay, is Becky Hammond, you know, the coach for the Aces.
Yeah.
Her and Aja Wilson had an interview the other day, and they were basically laughing about the whole thing and said, we love Caitlin Clark. We don't know why everyone's saying we hate her. But then there's things like this.
Stand up and clap when she's pushed to the ground, that's why people think you hate her.
Oh, I get it. That's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous.
And I agree with Dalpois on The View, okay? I don't watch it, okay? I don't watch it.
Well, let me say this. I'll say this about The View. I had no earthly freaking idea The View was still on air until I saw this on Twitter and what they said.
I don't want to spend our time talking about Caitlin Clark here tonight.
I don't either. Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Jay, if the season, again, schedule off the top of your head, you win the first SEC game at home, Tennessee. You then travel to Auburn. Texas is in there. And then you got that Missouri Ole Miss. In my opinion, I still think Ole Miss is more difficult than Missouri.
I do too. I tell you a game that for some reason, this game kind of worries me a little bit. And I think it's Auburn on the road. I think that game could be a very kind of a sneaky game. First road test in the SEC. They're going to be better than they were last year. They're not great. I'm not saying that, but we've seen OU struggle on road before. So I'm just saying don't sleep on that game, I think is all I'm saying about it.
We can talk about something that makes this softball team. Now, obviously, OU softball has the best players in the land.
Yeah.
And we said all along, if OU softball plays to the best of their abilities, they're going to win it all because they have the best talent. OU football has not had the best talent overall in the nation. They're getting better. They're getting up there. But here's the thing. They used to be the mantra of Championship November. It was there. It was a thing. It was a real thing. They've got to get back to that. Just like OU softball, big time moments, they play their best. OU football's got to get to that point. It starts at the top of the helm, okay? And that's a guy in Brent Venables. They've got to put something together in big time games. You can't just manufacture and say it's going to happen. We got to see that on the field in big time games.
Well, they're going to have close games this year, like they've had the first 2 years under Brent Venables. How are they going to react in those situations? I think that's going to be the kind of where the metal meets the road, or whatever they say, because you're going to have close games. How do you come out on top? How do you win those games? It's what OU softball's done for 4 years, Jeremy. It's, you know what? When the bats aren't going and you're going against a tough pitcher, you win 1-0. When the bats are going and your pitcher's struggling, you win 9-8. Okay?
Agreed.
You got to pick both sides of the ball, got to pick each other up. But I will say this. To me, it starts with defense. This team
always does, Jay.
Always does. Look at Georgia in the SEC. They've been number one in total defense for 4 years or whatever it's been. And look where they've been in the rankings every year. So that's where it starts.
Jay, what Chester says here, and again, thanks for being on with us tonight, Chester. Got to go back to it because Jay always changes things.
I hit it too soon, bro.
Chester's talking about the LSU game. If OU, now they wouldn't be 9-3 going into that game. They would be 8-3 going into that game because that's their last game. So they would end up 9-3 with the win, and I do think that would get them in the playoff. So, yeah, I think that game's going to be monumental, Chester. It's going to be a massive game.
I agree with that. Ron says UCLA is very young, so is Texas. And, guys, UCLA, I mean, unbelievable performance from them for being a young team. What they did defensively, Jeremy, if you would have watched the game, it was unreal. The defensive plays that are thrown out there. Probably have 3 that's worth ESPN highlights. Also, their pitching staff. 2 young pitchers pitched outstanding against Oklahoma. So, but here's what I'll say to that in the same sentence. UCLA and Texas are very young. We'll see how they react when one of those 2 gets in the World Championship World Series here against Oklahoma. How will they react in that situation?
But, hey, Jay, you also got to understand, and everyone in the nation needs to understand, OU's got the number 1 pitcher in the nation coming in. The 2 freshmen they have that have played this year have been phenomenal. So it's not like OU softball is dropping off the charts after all these seniors leave. Their recruiting class is number 1. They're going to get any portal get they want. Yeah, OU should be 5-0 heading into Dallas. You're right.
Should be.
Yeah, Pickering got robbed, had a chance at a 2-run.
Yeah, they hit some hard hit balls today. I mean, Burrito hit the ball pretty well. Who would have thought Tiari's home run would have been it? I mean, that was just crazy.
Avery Hodge did pretty good, Jay, in relief of Torres.
What's that?
Avery Hodge came in for Torres, at least played well.
Yeah, but she just, man, the bat is just.
I agree.
I don't know what they're going to do if that's the case. Hitting-wise, what they'll do would be interesting. Take care, Chester. Hope you have a good night, bro. Thanks for joining, as always. OU softball will get number 1 transfer class 2. Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, she whiffed at the plate, Jeremy. I mean, it wasn't pretty at all.
I'm not talking about her bat at all. I never talk about Hodge's bat.
But it's too bad she can't bunt, because if she could bunt like Riley Boone, you could use her speed in that way. But a lot of people were saying they would have hoped she would have been pinch hit for the 6th. But
if Torres does not have a concussion, she's playing Monday, Jay. If she's not concussed, she's good.
I probably agree. But Mark, I think it has to do with they do it a little bit, I think, with Riley Boone. But right now, I'm going to go through the batting order. Tell me who's going to, when you say manufacture, throw a bunt down. Would you rather any of these people bunt or hit home runs? Because listen, Jada, Tiare, Pickering, Parker, Brito, Hanson, Sanders, Torres, and then who am I missing? Boone. There's only one there that I think you're like bunt. Because of her speed, it's Riley Boone. I don't want Brito bunting the ball ever. Hit a dinger. Hit a double. I mean, so.
Yeah. And base running has not been great this year.
No, it hasn't been
So,
great. Any updates on the OU baseball score? It was 1-0 last I heard when I got on here.
Teresa, I agree. I've been calling for Ludlam to pinch hit a lot. She did get an at bat the other day. She didn't look great, but I like Riley Ludlam in a pinch hit role.
And Mark, I agree with you. Not everyone can be. I'm asking you, who, as the ones I mentioned, would you be like, yeah, I'll bunt him over to second instead of swing away? I mean, I'd love to know. Need people to move a runner, but who, Mark? Who would it be? You would rather Kenzie Hansen bunt and move a runner over or swing?
Swing away.
So who
It
would
does.
it be?
It does depend on circumstance and when
I
we're at
think
the
it does
game.
a little bit depend on circumstance.
I mean, if you're 1-0 going into the sixth or something, still 1-0 on the baseball team, Jay. They got to beat UConn.
Yeah, you got to get the bats going. They got to win. You got
what inning is that game in?
I think it's in the sixth. You got your stud pitcher going. He's pitching a good game. Get some runs for him.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to have to win twice. That's what you don't want
No,
to have.
you can't go down where you have to win twice, especially using Witherspoon and Braden Davis already.
Ron, they do have some power hitters coming in. They got a lot of power hitters every year.
They got some speed coming in too, though.
Yeah, they haven't really used their speed like we thought they would, Jeremy, before the season started.
They haven't. It's backfired a little bit. Jay, did you guys do trivia and get a trivia winner yet?
I believe the trivia winner was Bobby, but Hunter will drop that tomorrow in the chat. The official trivia winner. So, hey, FanStop, check him out. Fanstop.com. Jeremy went and toured the facility a couple days ago. It's legit. It's awesome. Awesome OU gear. You got OU softball gear, guys. I think maybe the link might be in the description, but go check it out. Go get you some officially licensed OU gear. Yeah, Jeremy.
And for those who, obviously, it's the Surgeaholics, it's Sooner fans on here. But if you have any family members across the nation, fans of other teams, the FanStop does not just have OU gear. You name it, they pretty much have it outside of a couple of schools where there's any of your friends and let's say Purdue, they could get on the Shirt of the Month Club. Or if you have a relative going to a university somewhere, tell them to check out the FanStop because they can get great stuff at great price. It's a great deal.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie, I don't, you know what I think? I don't think it's as much tired arms at all. I think it's a couple of things. I think it's the mental part of being out there game after game, I think can sometimes be draining. The other part is this. I think Rocha is very undervalued in what they do in scouting. I think OU, you've heard it from Kelly Maxwell, the videos she watches, all the stuff they do. I'm not saying other teams don't do it, but I do think OU maybe does it at a different level than other teams. And I think maybe that keeps you away from some just massive bad outings from pitchers because you've really studied the film really good. I don't know. I'm speaking out of the back from behind, not in the road.
But the OSU pitcher, Jay, I tell you why she got pounded. She threw a one-hitter and lost. Her emotional state could not have been. You throw a one-hitter, you should win the game. She had been a little bit down.
Well,
she couldn't do anything else that game, and they lost.
I also think, too, though, second game she was facing Kennedy, and they got down 1-0. I mean, when you get down 1 or 2-0 to Kennedy, you pretty much feel like game's over.
That's really the one team I don't really want to face, but their hitting's not very good.
Are they going to beat UCLA, you think?
They won't beat them twice. I don't think Kennedy goes both games.
They don't have to beat them twice.
Sorry, they would have to beat Texas twice. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to have it. I don't care if they beat UCLA, Jay. It doesn't matter. OU won't see them till the championship.
Yeah. Mark, it would be the most anticipated World Series that they've been in my opinion.
In the history, for sure.
I think either Texas or UCLA, any of those two teams, it would be massive, massive. How can you get
it's Texas, Jay.
What?
If it's OU Texas, it's going to set records like crazy. Texas fans will show up a little bit, but the amount of what Gasso said the other day about Mike White, you could sense the irritation and frustration. It would be elite to have that matchup.
Yeah, Jimmy, that would be amazing. I agree. Teresa, Sophia Bordy, unbelievable stick as well as Tia Malloy. You're right.
Tia Malloy, yeah.
Yeah.
You also got Nellie McEnroe, who redshirted this year.
Correct.
Maya Bland can hit.
Yeah, this is exciting, Jay Fez.
Yes.
Very pumped for this. Is there one guy that I don't know. You know who I'm so excited to see? Because EPL.
Absolutely.
I think. What's that?
Absolutely.
I am pumped to see that guy in action. Uncle says it right. Right on. Yeah. What else could you ask for, really? Yeah, everybody wants to see EPL. All I see is the videos of him running track. Unbelievable. Dude's a specimen, athletic specimen. Tatum as well.
Tatum, that's the one I want to see too. I want to see what he looks, if he looks the part, if he's going to be able to play as a freshman.
Great God. Speaking of Danny Okoye, listen, he was a weight room fanatic, a freak in high school. I mean, absolute freak. Now he's got Schmitty. I bet he does look freaking crazy. I bet he looks amazing. I bet now you got summer workouts starting. Wow. I mean, and there's no doubt that this team's got high talent and high capable players. It's now, what do they do? How does it transition to the field? And that's what we got to see. Yeah. How fast is Raggins, Jeremy? Track wise, do you know?
He's very fast. I just want to see if they're going to be able to utilize him on. He's not playing his first year unless it's special teams. And I think they could use him there, maybe. Kick return, something. Are you talking about Danny Akinkumi?
I don't know which one he's probably talking about.
I don't know if it was a Danny Okoye video or a Daniel Akinkumi video, but I get what he's saying, but I have not seen it. No, I haven't. No, EPL is not at 10-200. No one said he was. Who said he was
10-2?
He's not. He's a lineman.
Who said he was 10-2?
Not me.
I didn't say it. Gray got it. Beamer Sooner. I can't talk British.
Beamer Sooner.
English.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Boomer.
That wasn't it, Jeremy. That was definitely not it.
No.
Did you serve your detention will the last 2 nights?
Did I what?
People thought you were in detention the last few nights.
For what?
Missing out.
Detention?
Yeah, they thought you went on detention. After the night,
do you even know what detention is?
Yeah, I know what detention is.
It's a punishment. Why would I be punished? For yelling?
For different things, Jeremy. For bad takes.
I don't recall any of those, and you just made me lose my train of thought. Oh.
Okay.
Jay, you know what movie I saw yesterday?
How would I know?
I'm going to do, hey.
Give me a way to figure it out.
Trivia right now, everyone. Trivia right now. Check out the fanstop.com. It's a movie trivia. Here we go. I'm going to do an impersonation, Jay.
Shocker, Jeremy doing a movie trivia.
Oh, gosh. Name it.
What?
I watched that movie this weekend. Oh, it was great. Brought back some memes, Jay. There it is, Ernest. Give it to Dow Pois. I watched Ernest Goes to Camp. Oh, my. I love it. Love it. Memories, Jay.
Pet Detective's a good guess, Bomb.
Now, Ace Ventura is kind of like that, but this goes back to the OG.
As long as you turn around, as long as you don't turn around and start talking out your butt, your backside.
Know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah.
Office Space is a great movie, Jay. Have you seen it?
Got some flair.
Have you seen it?
Flair, yeah.
Office Space is great.
Flair.
And Jay, I'll give you a little Office Space line. By the way, Dow Pois gets the trivia, Jay. I wasn't in detention. And no, I didn't get fired. I didn't quit. I'm just not going in today. How about that?
Hey, could we
Jay, I had the case of anal glaucoma, okay?
Hey, could we get you to come in on the weekend this weekend? Appreciate it.
Jay, anal glaucoma, okay? I just can't see my butt going there today. Just couldn't see my butt being on the live last night, Jay. Actually, truth is, I had no signal where I was at. I had the opportunity to take two of my boys to a cabin, fishing and stuff. I took advantage of the opportunity. Great friends of ours invited us, and it was a great time. Spent a lot of time with the boys, jumping off the cliff. It was great, Jay.
Oh, you went cliff jumping?
Well, I jumped off a small one. You know, I can't swim, can't tread
How
water.
small? How small?
10, 15 feet. I had a life jacket on, bud.
Hold your nose.
Hey, Sooner history. I don't recognize the name, but thanks for being on the live. I like that logo.
Mondays. Jeremy, you can't fish. Great.
I cannot fish. I agree. My sons love it. I hate it. I can't tread water. I'm too athletic, Bomb. I'm too athletic to swim.
Let me guess. Who puts the bait on the fishing pole? Your son?
I do that though, Jay.
Okay. Colin says the staff retrieving home run balls, great tradition. I agree. It's outstanding. Love it. Absolutely love it.
I love
One
it
of
too.
the great traditions. It's a great tradition. I agree. And today was great atmosphere. OU UCLA
on ABC. Yeah. Hey, Bomb. Part of it is I panic in the water. Okay, I panic in the water.
Usually catch the replay. Thanks, Sooner History.
We appreciate you watching Sooner History.
Replay, we love it.
Yeah, either way, either one we love. Thanks for being on here.
I asked a question last night.
Ask it to me, Jay.
What?
Ask me.
On the live last night, I asked a few questions. I'm trying to remember which one I want to ask you to see. But Bomb says, I love it when the kids try and hide the balls and get caught. Yeah, that's pretty funny. As far as it wasn't really a question. It was just brought up about if you saw PFF and you saw the offensive kind of firepower for Oklahoma, it did not have Jaden Gibson on there. We talked about maybe who is the one guy that is there a receiver in general that is not being talked about that may be the leading receiver on the team. People mentioned Andrew Anthony, Jaden Gibson. Somebody mentioned Brennan Thompson, but Petaway, just anything that you think, any guy that you think other than Anderson or Deion Burks, or is it for sure you think one of those two will be the top receiver?
Likely one of those two. You know, I'm very, very high on Brennan Thompson, and I'm also very high on Gibson. And if you notice Gibson's tweet where he had it said the receiver,
yeah, it's just more fuel to the fire for them.
For Gibson especially. You know who I don't think should have been on there, Jay? Do I need to say it?
Farouk, I know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He doesn't.
Okay, then answer this question before I get to Mark's is, who is the one guy on this year's team that you want to see have just you're pulling for them to have an amazing year? Because Gibson's one of them, Caden Helms, and then obviously I think Jalil Farouk.
Well, I mean, the short answer for me is anyone who plays tight end. I think if the tight end position can add a lot, this team's different on offense.
Hester, Hatchett.
It's different on offense if the tight end is involved.
Jimmy says Hatchett, Colin, Hester. Mark, that's a great idea, actually. I think that's a great idea. I wonder what would happen if that
Great
happened.
idea?
Yeah.
No.
Why? I'd like to see it. I think it'd be
that.
pretty funny. I think it'd be pretty funny, Jeremy.
I bet you do, Jay. So OU softball's Monday now. They're off tomorrow. OU baseball has to pull this game out tonight, guys.
Is it still 1-0? Does anybody know? Update.
My guess it is, or someone would have updated us.
Yeah, Colin's been hot at the casino. Looks like been good few days for Colin there. I'm ready for football season, Jeremy. This is the time of year when you got softball in the World Series. It's like a tradition. Softball in the World Series. And then, right when that's over, guess what time it is? It's football time in Oklahoma as it's going to start ramping up with recruiting and all that goes along with it. You got a lot of things getting ready to happen. June, big time for recruiting, for visits, okay? July, you got the July 1st party that they're having for SEC. You got media days around the corner. not too far from now, which will be held in Dallas, I believe, this year, not Nashville. So a lot of things coming on. Leo De Hoyos, great chat, Jance. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, big time. Top of the 8th, 1-0. Wow.
Someone else said, Uncle Charlie said top of the 7th, so we'll have to check that out. But
wow.
Thanks for being on here again. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. We appreciate every one of you. Hit the like, please, tonight. It helps our channel out. Subscribe. That helps our channel out. Whatever you want to do, we appreciate you all. Thanks for being on here. Thanks for helping with the chat as you do every night. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Boomer.
Sooner.